Guys, GitHub got hacked, like GitHub, the place where most of the world's code lives, got hacked, and it's crazy. GitHub confirmed that 3,800 of their own internal repositories were accessed by hackers. Not my repos, not your repos. GitHub's own source code, their own internal stuff. And the way the hackers got in was through a poisoned VS Code extension on a GitHub employee's laptop. That's how they got in. The same VS Code extension that everybody installs. Like I have 1,000,001 of those installed right now. So a hacking group called Team PCP claimed the responsibility, and they are currently selling GitHub's source code on the dark web for over $50,000. So GitHub source code is for sale. But this is not even the only GitHub security issue that has happened recently. This is like the third GitHub security incident in 3 weeks. So 3 weeks ago, security researchers of a company called Wiz found a vulnerability in GitHub. And when I read it, I'm like, no way. It's crazy. With this vulnerability, any authenticated GitHub user, meaning anyone with a GitHub account, could execute arbitrary commands on GitHub's backend service using just a git push, like a normal git push from a normal Git client. The severity score of that vulnerability was about 8.7 out of 10. So with this vulnerability, millions of private and public repositories were actually accessible. I mean, GitHub patched it quickly, and they said there was no evidence that anyone actually exploited it before they caught it, but it was possible. A git push, that's all it would have taken. Then, 4 days later, Grafana Labs, if you don't know Grafana Labs, they are kind of huge in the monitoring and observability space. They announced that attackers stole their entire private source code. And how did that happen? Through a misconfigured GitHub action. So the workflow was not set up properly. The attackers exploited it. They grab an access token and they use that token to download everything. But it's just very crazy, right? And now, yesterday, a GitHub employee installed a VS Code extension, and that extension was malicious. It compromised their device, and from there, the attackers got into GitHub's internal system and pulled about 3,800 repositories of internal code. This is not funny. I don't even know why I'm smiling. I'm smiling because I've been reading about it all day, and it's just crazy. So Team PCP, sounds like APC, the group behind it is apparently known for targeting developers tools specifically. So they go after tools that developers use. And now they are selling GitHub's code for $50,000. GitHub's code as don't pepe in the market. GitHub said they've contained it, they rotated credentials overnight, they've isolated the device, they said your repo is safe, organization, customer data, all of that was not affected. But regardless, it is still mind-blowing that a VS Code extension did that. I've been following the news all day, and I'm in my house. I just keep laughing in my room, like, what the hell? It's not even funny because I use VS Code extensions so much. And I don't think you understand, VS Code Marketplace has over 70,000 extensions. And most of them, when you install them, they ask for broad permissions to run code, to access your file, your clipboard, intercept network requests, auto update without you even reviewing what has changed. And in my life, I never actually thought of them as threats. Personally, I just think they're nice, they're cute. Oh, this one makes my code looks pretty, this one gives me a nice thing, this one showed me color codes, this one does this one autocompletes. I've never thought of it that deep. I never actually thought that it could be dangerous. When I saw the news, I went to check my VS Code, and I have an extension installed that I genuinely do not even remember installing. When did I install this? What does it do? Why is it here? If you ask me, I cannot tell you. But most of these extensions have access to our machines. Like if a poisoned extension can compromise an employee at GitHub, an employee that presumably, definitely knows more about security than most people, then I'm not even trying to be dramatic, but I actually went to clean up my extension. Like I went into VS Code to uninstall some extension after reading that news. And I think you should probably do the same too. Also, if you have API keys, if you have tokens, if you have passwords sitting in your repos, public, private repos, please rotate them. And they shouldn't even be there in the first place. Rotate your secrets. I know GitHub said your repos are not compromised, but it's just good hygiene. And today seems like a good day to do that. Go to your VS Code extensions. If you don't recognize it, remove it. If you have not used it in months, remove it. If you can't explain what it does, remove it. I just did that myself. If you have GitHub actions running in your repos, check what permissions your workflows have. Check what tokens they can access. A misconfigured action was literally how Grafana lost their entire code, and it just happened some days ago. And if somehow you are still using GitHub and you have not enabled two-factor authentication, I don't even know how you are able to use GitHub without doing that. Please do it. And honestly, for me, it's just interesting news because I think we get comfortable with tools. Personally, I get comfortable with tools, especially popular tools, because I mean, they come from companies we trust. But over the past months, it has been wild. And it doesn't seem like the whole thing is going to stop anytime soon because it's like one news after the other. So just clean up your setup, rotate your keys, or this your extension, whatever it is you're giving access to, right? And I hope we are all staying safe. If you found this helpful, or if you like this is just me ranting about GitHub because that's what I have been scrolling through all day. So if you like this video, drop a comment telling me how many extensions you've installed after watching this. Okay? And don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notification, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.